Hey traders, it's John Howell here from tradinginvesting4u.com, and I have something interesting to show you. I've just been doing my analysis on the last hour or so. I've just been looking at the charts and seeing what's really going on with the market and what's really happening, and I found out a few interesting things that could be happening right now, and I thought I'd like to share them with you. So before I go into the analysis, anything I do say here is obviously and clearly just general advice only. Okay, this is just for educational purposes, to give you tips and hints and even just ways of viewing the market and where the market has a probability of going. Okay, there's no certainty in the markets, and we always need to make sure that we have our risk management under control, and that is absolutely super important. Okay, so let's actually move into the charts now. We're looking at the weekly chart, and we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average here. And we can see here we've had a nice run up, and this whole run up through here, you can see we've made, you can see it's low point through here, ran up, made a high point through here, low point through here, a high point through here, low point, and we started to really run up through here, and we've had this massive stair step up. And look at this here. Let me see if I can draw this. We've had this massive run up through here, and then we had a bit of a pullback, and then we had that was the resistance point through there, and blasted straight up, came back down towards that support level through there, came back down, tested it as a support level, and now ran back up. Now what's happening, you can see this overall sort of resistance level through here. The resistance level is, you see this point where it just resisted there and resisted there. The market's now broken back up, and now overall it's going sideways here, right? Now it's overall going sideways now. Now that could mean a few things. One, it's ready to pause and then run to the high side. Or if it does, because this is on a weekly chart, it's actually ran up, and really all it's done, and let me just change my color here so we can have a bit more of a, let's go that one. We can see here that the market just run up and back down and run up and back down and run up and back down. What is this overall doing? It's overall sideways, right? We're getting an overall sideways market through here. So we had this overall resistance point through here. It broke this resistance point through here now, not severely, and now it's just gone sideways. So if that does reverse and come back down to below this level here, that's a very weak signal, and we could see a lot more downside. Now overall, we are still in a big channel here. Let me show you here. If I draw that trend line through there, we're gonna, if the market does drop down through here, well, I'm not saying the market's gonna go into a spiral into the downturn, but it does look like if that does happen, we're likely to get if this whole stop and reverse pattern where it broke above the resistance point and breaks back down now. If that does happen, then we are likely to see a lot more downside to come. But just make sure you keep an eye out that we do have a big resistance support line coming through here. Plus we also have resistance support through there. So if the market does take its time to get down there, that whole level through here is going to be a major support level, and that might be a chance for the market. If it does break down, it might only get down to there before it shoots back up again. So we just got to keep an eye out for that. Now we see that's the overall pattern there. Okay, that's the overall pattern what's happening in the Dow Jones and the Dow Jones. So let's go have a look at the daily chart here. Okay, so we're looking at the daily chart now, and one thing we can see is this. Let me just zoom this in a bit more. There we go. One thing we can see is that you can see how it's made this, it's sort of like made a triple top, 1, 2, 3 triple top, and then broke back down. Well, now it's coming up and it's struggling at that resistance level again. Now, generally speaking, in technical analysis view, and the way I see it, is that if it hits a third time and breaks, but then comes back up again, we have a pretty severe chance of actually breaking that level. A pretty good chance of breaking that level. So I would say that looking at this Dow Jones market right now, we can see that we're still in an overall big channel. If I draw my line from there to there, okay, and projected it out, okay, we are in an overall big channel to the high side. We do indeed have a bit of support resistance level going around here, around probably the 13,100 level, okay, and so it does look like we are struggling here, and it does look like we are at the top of the channel, and it does to me seem that we might get a bit of a pullback here, coming down to at least this support level here. Okay, now we're looking at that there, we're looking at this particular stock here, the Dow Jones. It really does look like it's getting some bearish move there. But I'm telling you now, overall, if I squeeze my chart right up, okay, let's go back to the weekly chart. Let's just go back to 4-day here. Once again, overall, we cannot be calling this a bearish move or a rundown, because look at this. We still have this overall big upward channel through here, big upward move through here. Okay, if we can project that out, we are in an overall what we call a big, see this whole big channel through here. Okay, and if we just create another parallel trend line, we might actually have something else going on through there, and we actually do, don't we? There we go. I didn't see that before. So this whole channel, we've had the bounce, all the bounces through here. We can see that the market's broke down, hit resistance through here, hit resistance, and now we're supporting. Okay, and you can see this whole trend line up through here has now been a major support as well to the market as the market tries to continue up. So to me, the market is still massively bullish. Okay, I'm really bullish on this market right now. I think the market's likely to continue higher. Okay, but looking at this is that if we look back at the daily chart now, it does look like it's struggling at this little channel through here. And it does look like we might get a bit of downside here. Now, if this support level does hold through here, this one right here that my cursor's on, then we are likely to sort of hold and probably break this level here. You can see we're having a massive amount of problems breaking through this level up here. Okay, which is having huge amount of problems. If it does come back down and hold this level and start to pick up some steam through here, we're likely to break through that and really ram up. And from my memory, create new highs for the year. Okay, not only new highs for the year. Let's actually go back to the weekly chart. We'd actually be going higher since 2008. I think 2008 was through here, wasn't it? No, 2008 was there. So yes, we'd be higher than 2008. So the overall 2008 stock market crash has obviously already been removed now. Okay, and looking at that, it just looks like that that if we do sort of stop and pause here, we're likely to really pick up some steam and push to the high side. Okay, we are still overall stepping higher here, but we are creating like what we call probably a major double top here on the weekly chart. You can see here hit one resistance, hit two resistance, and now if we break down. And if we start to really break down and pass this support level here, and really start to get into like this territory here, then I would say that if we have a look at this level here, you can see this level here, this major level here is still a major support level. Okay, and if we do break that major support level, then we are likely to drop down to at least. If it breaks this level here, we have a nice run down to at least the 12,250 mark on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Okay, so I do see a bit more downside coming for the short term, but for the long term, if this level does hold up here, then we're likely to hold and bounce and have new highs for the year. If we don't hold there, then I think we're likely to see a bit more downside. So that's my analysis for the Dow Jones. Hope this has helped you. And no matter what happens, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and that is success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.